Welcome back to the Smite Draft League. We've got some more round one action for you. I'm Anthony. He's Joywolffe. You ready to get into picks and bans?
Oh, absolutely. I am ready to see what these two teams are about to bring to us for this first round match.
So it's 3v3, mages only, Joust. You can't build defense. What are you prioritizing? What are you getting rid of if you're one of these players?
Well, I would think that the standard team comp would be something like some sort of utility mage, like a Baron or a Hades, something with healing and CC, some sort of like a Raw or a Scylla, a Burst Mage, and then a Mage ADC to help you push down towers. And as we see, these teams are prioritizing those healer type picks with their first bans, so perhaps that's what they're planning for.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the best strategy. I think if it were me, it'd be easy to ban out, and we talked about this a bit, but banning out those healers that you don't know how strong they're going to be as an Aphrodite ban comes in, because you just don't know how effective it could be. Because the only thing you can really build, and I said this before, is Divine Ruin, because everything else is kind of locked out behind those defense trees. So you're kind of stuck. So getting rid of those kind of leaves the door open for the mage ADCs, and there's just so many routes you can go, like you were saying.
Yeah, definitely. I do think it would be a spicy take to maybe let some of these healers through and then upgrade quickly a blighted Onk. That way they're
Ooh, I do
taking a
like
little
that.
more damage. But that's just a spicy take. Maybe not the best strategy for these teams.
Sometimes in weird situations like this, though, if you go out of your way to do that theory crafting, that can be the thing that makes a difference. We do see a Zhong ban come out. That's a bit interesting. I wasn't too much expecting Zhong to be heavily prioritized unless he was going to fill kind of a tank role and try to be kind of a pseudo support.
I think his engage is really strong. Being able to perhaps blink in and hit the entire team, just get those recall demons going would be a huge boon. Given that there aren't any guardians, assassins, or warriors to really hard engage with, Zhong could have a really strong engage. Speaking of strong engage, though, Hades is another one that Pillar of Agni is a wonderful tool for locking everyone down and engaging. So, not surprised to see that at all come out first pick.
And that's followed up by an Eset and a Poseidon. So it's almost like they heard you with the utility and the Chang'e. You could have predicted this draft and written it on a whiteboard. Really impressive from you, but I like the Chang'e and I really like the Poseidon. Poseidon's going to cover so much ground in that lane. It's going to be so hard to play around him.
Exactly, and in that pillar, Hades stands still, so dropping Eset ult, Kraken, he could be burst down really quickly given that he's not allowed to buy defense. So he could just ult in and get immediately blown up and not being able to have that impact that you would expect out of a Hades.
We could see that Whirlpool come into play on the Hades as well, kind of keeping him locked down. We do see an Aplash ban and the Morrigan ban, which I was kind of expecting to see the Morrigan be super heavily valued because it kind of gives you a jack of all trades. And even the Morrigan's base abilities play really well in Joust with the invisibility. I feel like you could go across the entire map in the amount of time you have it. But I'm surprised to see that the Persephone band comes out. I mean, Persephone's strong, don't get me wrong, but I do think there's some slightly better picks on the board for Joust specifically, aside from the ultimate. And we see the Vulcan band come out, which I agree with 100%.
Yeah, Meatball into Earthshaker and Backfire can absolutely delete somebody from full HP. So not at all surprised to see this Vulcan band out. I gotta second what you said about this Morrigan band. She's just a little assassin and can absolutely blow somebody up 100 to 0, and then still have an ult which can copy any of the 5 other ults on the board. So not at all surprised to see her taking out an extremely useful mage in a situation like this.
And we see a Baba Yaga. Now that is a power pick, especially in Joust. I am excited to see the combination of Baba Yaga with the setup that comes from the Poseidon and the Eset, I feel like if they play their cards right, that Baba Yaga is going to have pretty much free reign to do whatever she wants over in the entire game, really.
Yeah, interesting because I see Baba as more of a late game, get your double stacking with the house, and then, Baba, once she gets her items online, can really hard carry games, but she does have a lot of setup to help her find value, so we'll see how beneficial this Baba Yaga pick is.
And with that, we're going to leave you with the picks and bans and meet you in game. Make sure to dress cute for us. We'll be right back in the Smite Draft League. Nuwa, Nox, Morrigan, we aren't playing any of them. Is that the Trap Jesus? We've got a game in the 3v3 Mage tournament. I'm Anthony, he's Joywolffe. Let's do it!
So, on Joust, there isn't a lot to contest. The big mutual, you get what I'm saying. The red camp.
The new, no, we got it, don't worry.
Is that Trap Jesus just getting the red buff uncontested?
They blew up the red buff. We have not seen that so far, even in the first rounds here. But getting that so quickly was impressive. And now we're duking it out in the lane, but lane pressure goes the way of Team Nuwa, and they're going to look for a blue buff invade here.
Neutral camp, that was the word we were looking for, but this little invade could very easily take back.
It's secured by Team Trap, though, and now all of a sudden we're throwing hands by the tower. This is a brutal start to this game. No deaths to come yet. Purification beads has to come out there from Swag to get away, but he will survive. Now Hades is up front. He's taking quite a bit of poke. He's got to fall back. We do see some levels going the way of Team Trap, but it looks like no invade, so to speak.
Yeah, just not enough pressure yet, But is that Trap Jesus getting those side Leonins, just shoring up any farm that they can, as there isn't a whole lot to do outside of the waves on this Joust map, so every scrap of farm is impactful. You want to get everything that you can, make sure that you are clearing your waves and whatnot. And it looks like a few level 5s coming out from Is That Trap Jesus. I wonder if they're going to be fighting around those ultimates, while Nuwa and Nox Morrigan don't have any to their names.
I think you made a couple really good points with the nothing to do on the Joust map. That's kind of the challenge here, because it kind of turns it into just an all-out brawl. But you got to find a way to farm in between that with the little farm there is. And on your second point, as the ultimates come out, I want to see them used off of cooldown. I think that's going to be a potential difference maker if we see those teams really utilizing those ultimates to pick up kills, because with the lack of tower damage, those ultimates and getting those deicides are going to be how you move the game forward.
Exactly. You kind of have to just wipe out the enemy team, and it's not too hard, especially when given that they aren't allowed to build anything that gives protection. You should be able to burst down this enemy team. Perhaps that's why Team Nuwa Nox Morrigan valued the healing out of the Hades and Chang'e so much.
SandmanSam started to back and got a little bit poked out, but no follow-up for the kill. Now he's trying to back under his tower, and they still don't want him to back, but the stun's going to pick up EmojiDaddy instead. Now the 3v2 pressure is on the tower, but Swag says no, and uses 3 ultimates to push them back.
Yeah, that instantaneous little burst from Agni's fire bombs are absolutely huge. Just being able to rain down fire from the sky whenever he wants, pretty much, with such a low cooldown. Really a utility item that, utility through damage, shall we say.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think using it that way is the best way to go about it, especially in this particular tournament. I think we could find that giving Agni even more value than normal as a nice stun from Trap, goes through and hits on the other side and gets some good damage on EmojiDaddy. We'll see if that matters for the red buff battle here. It is pulled first by Team Nuwa, and a nice silence, but the fire bombs don't fall up. Blink ultimate SandmanSam. Everybody's got a beads and get out of there. But the damage returns on the SandmanSam. He dashes in, gets a 3-man silence. Will somebody help this man? EmojiDaddy hears my cries and picks up the first blood for Team Nuwa.
And that was a beautiful ult-in by SandmanSam. getting out ult from Baba Yaga and the beads from THETrapjesus and BigDaddySim on Eset and Poseidon respectively. Those are some long cooldowns, and Hades ult won't be down rather for that much longer. So we'll be seeing him engage hopefully right when that ult comes back up, while those beads are still down.
Yeah, with all the damage that's going to come out in this tournament, I think relics, as important as they always are going to find themselves being integral to any team finding success in this tournament. We do see a bit of, it looked like there was a bit of a gas pedal in the brain of Team Trap, but they think better of it and go back, and Team Nuwa is going to buy some items. What are you looking to see here? What kind of build routes are you looking for?
Well, we see anti-heal coming out from this Eset. Definitely going to be huge, as we see on the team of Nuwa Nox Morrigan, double lifesteal from Agni, and then a Bancrofts from Hades, piloted by SandmanSam. So the amount of lifesteal definitely warrants some anti-heal. So you'll love to see that.
Yeah, and I think, like we said, that Divine Ruin is going to find itself so valuable because you can't go into a Pestilence. You can't, if I'm not mistaken, you can't pick up a Toxic Blade, as there is a slight defensive stat on there. We see some damage coming out, no commitments yet. So you're really limited, so you got to make the most of what you have, and Divine Ruin is going to be the key to that. I'd be curious, I mean, we do see one from the Poseidon, which I love, one of my favorite items. I'd be interested to see if Spear of the Magus finds itself being incredibly important this game.
Yeah, another interesting thing about BigDaddySim, what do you take up from this Benevolence?
I'm not sure if I like it. I see what he was going for, absolutely, but I think there would have been a lot of value in just going a normal and simple Sands of Time on his Poseidon here. Get those whirlpools out a little bit quicker, but get some MP5 in there. But I digress. It may not be as impactful as I think it is, but I just would have liked to see something a bit more normal.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. A little bit extra damage or cooldown could have gone a long way. I just not sure that Benevolence is the best option you have at the moment.
Yeah, and on that topic, we see a Spear of Deso early, but now we see the ultimate from SandmanSam. But Eset says, "Get off my man," with a beautiful ultimate, but the damage goes the way of Team Nuwa. Everybody's low, but nobody's dead. Chonga is going to pick up the kill round the corner onto Big Daddy. And just like that, both members of THETrapjesus find themselves stuck. Double kill, triple kill for EmojiDaddy with the tower dive, and it's a deicide for Team Nuwa.
Yeah, what a beautiful display. Just getting in there, getting out those movement abilities and beads on the Hades. SandmanSam doing his job, being that engagement. And now, like you said earlier, they decided they're able to push down this tower, hopefully.
Yeah, I do like the tower push coming out, because you're not going to have much else time to do it. Even if they're just walking there, get as much as you can now. But EmojiDaddy might have stepped a little too far, but the dance is going to help him get away. But health bar advantage is right now with Team Trap. Team Nuwa is running away as fast as they possibly can. The firebomb's creating some distance. Here's the stun. It's going to hit. But EmojiDaddy's going to step up and pick up the kill onto THETrapjesus, pardon my French there. And now Hades dashes in, but it was a little far away, so we couldn't follow up. And we're going to see the kill go the advantage of Team Nuwa, but the pressure kind of evens out a bit.
Yeah, but with the gold lead heading in the way that it is, and also something worth noting, EmojiDaddy getting all 5 of these kills has achieved himself a nice little 2-level lead over most of THETrapjesus. Really just swing it. We watched, I believe it was the Eset get absolutely chunked down by EmojiDaddy. He is absolutely swinging at this point. I wouldn't want to be standing on the other side of the battleground of the gods.
No, and just a really quick, THETrapjesus would be a great Smite name. So if anybody takes that, be sure to credit me. But we did see a nice, I don't want to let the little things go unnoticed. The Hades had a nice dash away from the stun of Trap, and it was able to save him from potentially getting a little bit caught out because we did see Poseidon working his way down the mid lane. But just to point out some small things, because those small mechanics, as small as they may be, could be huge difference makers in this tournament. But the blink comes out from SandmanSam onto Big Daddy, but there was nobody there to follow it up. Potentially trying to burn something there, but the beads did not go down. And now he finds himself behind the tower, but Trap is getting blown up. There's the dash. There's the ultimate. EmojiDaddy gets the kill onto Trap. aParagon gets the kill onto Sam. Both members of Team Trap are low. Swag gets the kill onto aParagon. The tower falls. 2 for 1, but a big victory for Team Nuwa.
Yes, definitely. Getting that gold, the little gold cache that is the tower down is absolutely huge. Ooh, what damage!
Poseidon stepped up, almost paid for it, but gets the kill onto Swag and escapes with just a tiny bit of health left. Risky play, but great play from Big Daddy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing, hey, maybe the benevolence wasn't too bad,
Yeah, could have made a big difference there, you're right.
But, yeah, that's just Poseidon damage. That's what Poseidon does, so, you never can count out these mages that are building damage, because, they may be down a little bit, but they will delete you.
Yeah, you can never forget about the damage of a mage, and you can find that in any game mode, as aParagon got caught out by Hades, but uses the purification beads. Hades steps through the stun. Trap went a little bit too far and whiffed it. So a purification beads for free for Team Nuwa. That's going to be huge in the next fight, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. SandmanSam's ult is coming up, and his blink shortly thereafter. He's going to be looking to engage, and he might have just found the perfect target.
Yeah, he kind of created his food there. And we do see the Bull Demon King pull from Hades. It's already down to a quarter health, and it looks like Team Trap just sniffed it out. They're going to be too late to even contest it. And now that Phoenix has become completely vulnerable to Team Nuwa to run it down.
Yeah, and I love that call here. They're pushing such a demanding lead, Team Nuwa Nox Morrigan, that they really can throw that gold lead around and experience lead and just take whatever objective they want. And now they've got defenseless Phoenix to take.
Oh, they got caught out! Big damage from EmojiDaddy, gets the kill onto Trap. Right as I was about to go onto a boring tangent about the Polynomicon and using his abilities to burn down that Phoenix from SandmanSam, they heard my boring thoughts and made them get excited. Huge kill for EmojiDaddy, and now the Titan defense has to begin.
Yeah, 2 ultimates up on the side of THETrapjesus.
There's the blink from SandmanSam! Half health, dash forward from Swag, but they can't quite find the kill onto Big Daddy. And now Paragons respond, and now the kills start going the way of Team Trap. Team Nuwa's on the run. Swag finds himself caught up, but he tries to break some ankles and dash away, and using that, gets the kill onto Big Daddy. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves back at a 2v2 with advantage looking Team Nuwa's way. EmojiDaddy goes forward under the Titan, picks up the kill onto Trap. Dash forward from Swag, double kill onto aParagon. Deicide, victory gonna go the way of Team Nuwa.
That Titan is going, and it's out of here. What a game 1 from Nuwa Nox Morrigan.
They knew exactly when to turn it on there at the end. They saw their opportunity and didn't fool around. They ran right for it, and all it really took was Swag breaking ankles in the back with the repositioning followed by the dash to kind of lead them back towards his team.
Yeah, they really capitalized on some small, as we said, small mistakes, but, positioning is so important in these tournaments, and if you step out of line just a little bit, you can get blown up so easily by these high power mages. So, good job to Team Nuwa Nox Morrigan for capitalizing.
100%. And with that, Team Nuwa is moving forward, and we're moving to break. We'll be right back on the Smite Draft League.